Hello everyone, my name is Melissa Hartmann, and today let's talk about working remotely in Agile teams. Work as we know it has changed forever, and the common rhetoric is that Agile is best practice in co-located teams. So today let's flip that myth and talk about 7 different ideas to help your Agile team work better together. Now, depending on the type of work that you do and your team, what works for you is going to be different. So I'd invite you to consider this list as like a bag of mixed lollies. If there's something in there that you think, oh, that looks delicious, I'm going to try it, then please do so. And if there's other things in there that just aren't your jam, then please feel free to just focus on your attention on the things that you really do want and that are very helpful for you. So let's get started. First tip. Agile's all about responding to change over following the plan that we had for what we thought would happen. And this was certainly not the plan. Remote working is not better or worse, it's just different. And so while we might currently be a bit nostalgic for the days when we used to be able to sit in a room together, there are some things that were difficult about that as well. So let's reimagine our current environment. Let's reimagine what remote working can look like. How might it be awesome? What are the things about remote working that are better than working together? There's certainly some value in the flexibility that it's brought for people who have all different responsibilities inside and outside of work. It creates an asynchronicity in that we can work and not work at the same time as each other. We can work at separate times, and that can really enable the flexibility. And we're also seeing some interesting shifts in the dynamics of teams and how it's leveling the playing field when we're all working remotely. So I invite you to reimagine what remote working could look like for your team and what you would like it to look like for your team. Number 2, prioritize. If it is important for you and your team to work well together remotely, you need to focus your attention on it. You need to work out how you can be better, and we'll talk more about different ideas for that throughout the course of this, but you need to focus your attention on making it better. We know from all of the work we do in Agile, we know what's on our Kanban boards are the things that get moved from the idea to being done. So we need to prioritize our attention if we think this is worthwhile, a worthwhile investment for us. Number 3, our Agile skills are so valuable and useful and helping us to create products and services and experiences for our customers and our colleagues. And so why would we not turn those skills on ourselves in our team? And why would we not use the richness of those skills to help make the way we work together better? So for example, you might decide to have a retro and run a retro for the ways of working for your team since the beginning of your remote working journey together, and start to talk about what's working well, what hasn't worked well, what do we wonder about, what are we curious about, or whatever the format is that you like to run your retros in. And take those valuable Agile skills and apply them to the problem at hand, being how we work together. Number 4, let's steal skills from other disciplines and blatantly pinch ideas. There are so many wonderful ideas out there, and where can we go and grab them from? So if your ways of working aren't working, have a look at design thinking, co-design. Agile was designed by and for software developers, so hack it. Make it work for you and your team, and ask your team how to do it so that you can co-design it together. There's some wonderful resources available from IDEO that will help you to take some of those ideas, the design thinking ideas, and use them with your team. If you're concerned about how your team are feeling, you might want to look at the skills of empathy, and there's some wonderful resources available for you. One in particular I like is the emotional culture deck, which is from Writers and Elephants. If you're concerned about the uncertainty of the future, you might use a strategy tool such as scenario planning. So scenario planning, you imagine different versions of the future that might exist, and then you run through and work out what you would do if each of them unfolded. So all these sorts of different tools from those examples and elsewhere can be taken and applied to the challenge that we have of how we work together. And one of the best ways that we can do that is by asking people who are doing things that we find interesting, what they're doing and how they're doing it. There's some marvelous ideas to be shared. Next up, it's time to evaluate our tools. In the mad rush to start working from home, we took a lot of things that were worked for a face-to-face environment and we just took them online. So face-to-face meeting becomes Zoom meetings. Physical walls become virtual walls. And some of those or all of those might have a place in helping us achieve what we need to achieve as a team, but they might not. The context is different. So it's time for us to evaluate the tools that we use and make sure that they are actually serving us and helping us to achieve the outcomes that we want to achieve as a team. Number 6, play. Play is a magnificent tool to light up our brains, and it's wonderful when done together. There's a whole lot of research into this. Stuart Brown has done a lot of research into this, and basically play makes us come alive as humans. So I invite you to think about how you might incorporate play into your work. There's lots of feedback that people are working a lot longer hours than they used to, and so I suspect that play is the thing that has gone out the window in these times. So if you can incorporate some sort of play or game your work, whatever it might be, you'll really be encouraging and allowing your team to light up. And that does wonderful things, not just for how we feel about how we feel in general, but also for the way that our brain works. Number 7, lucky last, celebrate. It is so important for us to celebrate the work that we do together. Let's take a moment to acknowledge that we are at this remarkable moment in time and we're navigating this terrain together. And there's something that happens when we celebrate that means that we start to notice things that are good rather than the things that are really challenging for us right now. So bringing the team together to celebrate the little wins and the inconsequential wins, it doesn't really matter. Bringing the team to celebrate is a very powerful tool to help our teams work better together. So there you go. 7 ideas to help your Agile team work better together when they're working remotely. I hope you'll try them, play with them, hack them, and I'd love to hear how you go. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you can also reach me at Outlook, which I've listed here. I wish you and your team all the best in your journey to get better at working remotely together. Take good care. Bye.